We're not going to canonically deal with Crow leaving and this Caden fellow showing up. We're just going to hand wave it because it's so early in the campaign.
Yeah, I was never Crow. I was only Caden.
Ismark and Irina. Ismark has a long sword and a short sword and some like medium weight armor. Irina has light armor on and a rapier. She looks pretty cool with like this red scarf and like polished armor on that's hidden by her traveling cloak. Ismark says, "We're ready to set out toward Veleki as soon as you give us the go-ahead. We are under your protection."
Alrighty, give me just a second. I say as I head towards the kitchen, I grab a single spoon and I say, "All right, I'm ready. Let's go."
What are you going to do with that spoon?
Eat.
What else are spoons for? Clearly, he's going to eat.
Eat what?
Whatever we eat on the way. I didn't have a spoon.
During this entire conversation, Ashen Ram has slowly just been consuming the entirety of one curtain. Like, she started from the bottom. She's like halfway up at this point.
Does Zilgo see this?
Oh, she's gonna die.
Why don't you have a spoon?
Curtains are fairly edible. I think you're going to have trouble with the plates you ate yesterday, but, takes about a day to get its way through.
Zilgo runs over to Ash and, like, tries to get it out of her mouth like she's a toddler.
Well, he pulls it out, but he only pulls like a half an inch. The rest has already gone down, dude. They've turned into very asymmetrical curtains.
Zergo's like looking at her like a tiny child. Well, she kind of is one.
Zergo has assumed this powerful dad role.
Yeah. Yeah, you're my child now.
Oh, God.
I'm 19!
And I'm 28.
This is disturbing. I want to continue, but we also have to make
Irina
way.
says, "I think we should hit the road before things get a little too testy in here." So,
we're walking, or is there a...
Ismark says, "I don't have any horses or wagons. We'll have to take this trip on foot, but maybe that's for the best. It gives us the flexibility to duck off the road if we need to."
Yep, that's the hope.
And I would like you guys to generally declare how you want to be moving about on the road. And by that, I mean in terms of pacing. You can move at kind of a reasonable pace which isn't going to modify too much. You can move quicker, which means there's less chance of things happening to you on the road, but if they do happen, less chance of you seeing them in terms of like, penalties to perception checks. Or you can move slowly, which keeps you out in the wilderness longer, but gives you the abilities to potentially use stealth and cover your tracks and things like that.
Okay, so if we move at a reasonable pace, we feel like we'll be able to make it there in the day, though, right?
You're going to be traveling what Ismark believes to be about 20 miles. That's not accounting for road conditions. Your normal pace is going to be about 3 miles an hour, so you should get there within half a day. While you're leaving early in the morning.
I have climbed on Q's back. That's my permanent spot. Backpack to the monkey man.
There you go. That is fine. I'm light. You're like my weight. It's fine. Yeah,
I weigh like maybe 98 pounds, soaking wet. I'm 4'3", dude.
Yeah, I'm 5'5". I weigh 133. We're not that different. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was an easy climb. I suggest as a man who's been in nature before. I said let's go at a reasonable pace because if we go slow, yeah, we can probably have an advantage. But that one guy visited us at night. And I kind of want to do that on the road because that was weird. So I'd say reasonable pace sounds good.
We should stop somewhere overnight with a door because then he'd have to knock to come in, and we don't need to let him in, right?
You don't know that.
I mean,
I mean,
have
he
we
didn't
heard
come in
mythology
yesterday.
before?
Yeah, but that could have been for a different reason. Also, we didn't come in yesterday because we told him that the people who owned the house weren't there. We don't know why he didn't come in.
Maybe he's just polite.
Well,
That's-
if he is still polite, then he won't come in if we tell him he can't come in.
Maybe.
I think it also might depend a little bit on if we have any right to say he can't come into the place. Because if it's like an inn, we don't have like any right to say, yeah, no, this is somebody else's inn, but leave. Don't give them business.
I think it's just safer if we can make it there by the end of the day. So I'd say
Yeah,
let's start at a reasonable pace and see how that goes. If we need to, we could start running.
How about a mostly fluid, generalized kind of marching order?
I'd say Zergle, me, Ash and Ram's on me, and then whoever the hell else. Oh wait, put Caden up there.
Either Zergo or Caden in the back in case you get ambushed from behind.
No, that's nonsense.
Ismark volunteers to be at the back. Ismark says, this is a route that I've never taken in my life before because the roads are so dangerous. Irina should be in the middle since she is what Strahd is after.
All right, then.
Someone should be protecting Irene at all times. I'll do my best to stay with her.
All right. Better
I can
idea.
do it. And then she
Better.
stands next to Irina.
I'm protecting
There
you.
you go.
Don't need a scarf.
Our marching order's gone now. That's all I'm gonna say here. All right, Ismark in the back, Mata second to last. I guess Caden wants to be in the middle. So Caden, Irina, me, Zergle, and then Ash and Ram. She's not on me, I guess, behind me.
When you go outside, the fog is still ever persistent and oppressive. You can see no more than about 50 to 100 yards in any direction, which in town is kind of okay because the streets are somewhat wide and the buildings would block sight anyway, but you know that once you get into the woods, it's going to be real spooky. So you begin to set out to the southwest. Your first major landmark that you're going to hit is a bridge crossing what Ismark tells you is the Ivlis River. It's a little stone affair that is not particularly...
So, do any of you have any travel side stories? Song? Anything to pass the time?
All my stories are very sad, but I can say them if you want.
Oh, I
Typical
got
D&D character.
I got a good one. I once saw this like goat-like thing like eat a curtain. It was weird. They can also
Sounds
saw it eat
absolutely
plates.
Terrible.
I'll be honest with you. I think it kind of just eats everything. I don't know where it goes.
Ismark says maybe less focus on the story time and more focus on these woods as you cross the bridge and enter this oppressive tunnel of forest trees on either side.
Zergo's going to be keeping an eye out as well. You need me to roll anything?
Yeah, give me a flat d20 roll.
You killed us all, you fool.
13.
You've been traveling for about a half an hour. You're making good time. The woods are eerily silent, although occasionally you hear like crow honks or raven honks way off.
Wait, crow left though.
Yeah, that's why they're raven honks. You make it to... All right, so you make it to here without any kind of incident, which is about a 3 miles distance. And this is a crossroads. There is a split in the road. One goes southwest, the other goes northwest. And there is also pitched up here, kind of in the center of the road, a wooden gallows, which is creaking in the wind. There is a frayed length of rope hanging from it, but there's no noose. And signpost near the gallows points in 3 directions. Where you came from is listed Barovia Village. The northwest path is marked Sir Pool, and to the southwest it is marked Ravenloft Valakai.
Okay, so we don't want to go to Ravenloft.
The northwestern road kind of slants down, disappears back into trees, and the southwest fork starts climbing a slope.
Okay.
And then behind you, kind of buried in the woods southeast, is like just at the edge of the woods is like a low crumbling wall, and on the other side is a small graveyard.
Okay, so the town we're going to is Volaki, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So do y'all want to walk through another town or not?
I think it might be a good idea. Check out the situation there.
We have no reason to. We have an objective. Why not complete it?
Ismark says we're headed to Valeki, which brings us dangerously close to Ravenloft.
Yeah, which is the only reason I was wondering if y'all want to go through a town. These people like Strahd? Did they like tell him things? Cause he is looking for us. You know, remember that one time he sent that dead person like on the foot of the door?
Are you
That was
asking
weird.
Ismark?
I'm asking people in general.
I think it's best if we avoid towns for now. The less people know where we are, the less people know where we are.
Because from the map that I brought with us and Ismark showed us, it doesn't look like too much of a detour. To be honest with you, if we go to the hills, we'll probably be able to see a little better the things around us if we go to the hills.
The road that is marked toward Valeki does lead up those hills, yes.
Yeah.
The road that is marked the Ser Pool, Tser, is the one that descends down into the woods. This is your Castlevania 3 branching path choice.
Yeah, so I'm actually in favor for the hills, to be honest. But what do
I
y'all
vote
think?
for the high ground.
It's over, Anakin. Out the high ground.
I do very well in hills. I can climb mountains.
And you, Irina, Ismark?
I think we should follow the road to Valaki unless the marks have been altered.
Well, we're following the road. We just might follow a different.
Well, we'll get them there. That's what matters. Alrighty. I don't think Mata voted, but it looks like a majority is hills. So I say hills.
Yeah, hills sounds good.
It'll sound
There we
good.
go.
So you go, the path loops around this hill immediately to your west and then kind of cuts north again. It's kind of hatching back and forth, giving you more and more elevation, but you do eventually come to enter some more woods. The farther you climb up, the more kind of clear the air feel. The route kind of swatches back and forth as you climb up and up and up, and to a point where you can see woods are opening up, and there's this like immense mountainous area that's ahead of you and off to the south. It's just lots of scrubland and mountain peak that's way, way off. And you're overlooking kind of, you can't really see the bottom of it, but you can tell that there's like a small lake or a pond below you, and woods to your north and south still. And you can start hearing the sound of a waterfall to the north. The route starts to loop back around northeast, and you start heading toward what looks to be a bridge. You can hear that sound of crashing water getting stronger and stronger, and the woods are on your right at this point, and these like scrappy mountain cliffs and things are on your left. You realize that you've been kind of gently sloping higher and higher as you walk. You will get back to the river that you were near earlier. The bridge you went over was like, at river level. It was just kind of like a stream. Here it is extremely fast flowing, and you're some 1,000 feet up in the air, coming up to this bridge, which the dirt road is kind of clinging to the side of the mountain here. It ends at this arching bridge of this moldy encrusted stone spanning a chasm. There are stone gargoyles cloaked in this black mossy growth on each of the corners of the bridge. Waterfall on your left is spilling loudly into this misty pool that you can barely see at the edge of the mist. And then the river kind of meanders under the bridge into the thickness of the forest, back the way you came. You can also see, like, way down in the distance where you can't really see where it is, but you can see that there are some lights, what you think to be firelight, and maybe some torch lamps or lanterns off in the fog, but you can't see what's making them. It's just like points of light down there. It would be super difficult to get to unless you went back the way you came. how do you guys want to deal with this bridge?
Any thoughts? No thoughts.
I'm not one for.
Thoughts. I see.
I don't want anybody to get hurt, so maybe we just go back around.
What do you mean go back around?
Go back the way we came and then go around.
What are you going to go around?
Well, you said that, like, it's easier if we go back the way we came, right? That's what I mean. Just
It
go
would
that
be
way.
easier for you to go to those points of light by returning down the road compared to climbing down the cliff.
Oh, well, we don't have to. Well, if we're gonna go after them, I'd say instead of climbing down, go around. That's what I mean.
I'd say completely ignore the lights. That's my thought process. Let's just cross the bridge.
Crossing the bridge doesn't appear to be a challenge, although it might be, who knows what the bridge has in store for you.
Hit the trap. I knew it. All right, guys, we're gonna swim past the river. That's the thought process now. Yeah, I'd say just cross the bridge. I don't. We can worry about the lights later. I feel like we're gonna be in this place for longer than I want to be. So I think we can probably come back to like weird like lights eventually. Right now, I'm just trying to escort this chick before it gets dark, and then a mysterious guy knocks on our tent door.
Mark says, yes, there is no time to waste, and he gingerly steps onto the bridge, which seems pretty solid, and all the gargoyles on the just kind of motionlessly veer at you. Pass by. Solve my bridge puzzle.
I don't like that.
We're getting awfully close to Raven now, so I'd say stay on our toes.
Zergel, not soon after this bridge crossing in the middle of the road, you find kind of buried under a very thin layer of detritus and mud a steel trap.
Oh.
Like a bear trap, steel trap?
It is not large enough to be a bear trap, but yes, that general like step in
Concept.
the middle, it grabs your foot.
Okay.
Wow.
Its steel jaws are caked rust. It looks to be well hidden, but you don't know if that is natural or because this was set a long time ago and then forgotten about. It's definitely a tetanus scare.
Is Zergo the only one that sees this?
Zergo's the one that sees it first because he's in the beginning.
I get you.
Well, guys, it seems this straw guy might have left a trap for us.
So?
And he points to the steel trap.
When
Does it
Ash
look
sees
like an
it, she
animal
immediately,
trap, or-
screams and jumps on Zergle's back, trying to get as far away from it as possible. Pulling like on his hair. I don't want it. Can we go? Let's go. Let's go the other way.
No,
Can we go back?
yeah,
I
wait.
wanna go
We're
back.
obviously not gonna step on it.
I don't think
go on.
Strahd is
Go
the
on.
type to put traps of these kind. Maybe have servants do something. Maybe set an ambush with a trap like
Imagining
this.
Strahd out there like, Snively Whiplash setting a trap and twirling his
Hunting
mustache. Stop
I
those
think-
racers.
Well, like Team Rocket style.
I think this is just a hunting trap. Let's let it be and go about our.
Does it look like it's bound to anything? Can I just take it with me?
You could disarm it, yes, if you wanted to.
Or could I just like, I don't have to necessarily disarm it even. Can I just like find a stick, and, have it go off?
Set it off. Yeah, you could do that.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
could
without
very
harming it.
easily intentionally set this thing off if you want.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't look like if it looks like just a normal hunting trap, I would go ahead and do that and just take it with me.
Okay. Good news and bad news about this.
Go on.
You set the trap off, on a stick or, a heavy piece of wood, and it snaps shut quickly, and smashes the stick into pieces, which is
Good.
fine. The problem is it also like collapses as it closes shut.
Oh, now you're gonna need a new stick.
Damn.
The whole thing kind of falls to pieces after you could tell would have been like enough to maybe break an ankle, and then you wouldn't even have a trap to appreciate it after the fact.
I'm not climbing down until we're out of this place. I don't like those things.
I'm gonna
I
go
cut
ahead and.
my tail when I was 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have a tail?
I had a tail.
It's gone now.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and hand Zergel and staff and say, just poke in front of you. Let's go on.
kind of hard to poke when there's a kid on me.
You can poke with the kid, I guess. But
Skid poke. You make it to another crossroads. So this road here on the other side of the bridge is kind of choked through a ravine, so you don't see a lot of distance. But there's still trees everywhere. There's dense copses of woods. You're on this dirt road, still buried in this inescapable. The road widens toward the east, where you can see it shortly, has patches of cobblestone on it, although it's not enough to cover the whole road. Wherever this road to the east goes was at one point important, it seems. And also parked at the fork in the road, pointed in that direction, is a rather ornate, large black carriage with two black, muscly horses puffing steamy breath into the chill air.
Are there signs saying, like, this way is that thing and that way is this thing?
No sign, although on the western path, you can see it leads to another immense gateway, sort of like the one that you passed through yesterday.
I'd say continue on the path.
Yeah, Ismark says the road to the east. Ismark remarks that way leads to death. We'd best leave this well enough alone, and that carriage is an ill omen.
It is kind of spooky.
East is not the way we go. West it is.
Let's continue west. I'm making good time.
To the west is what appears to be another border gate. It is built in, whereas before it was built into the sides of the woods, this one is gated in two big mountain passes with big statues that are in somewhat better shape, although there are several handfuls of ravens perched on them precariously that, occasionally puff up and peck at each other and make loud croaks down at you. As you approach the door, it does also mysteriously open up ahead of you.
Excuse me, Ismark, are there usually this many ravens in Barovia?
We were around the town that one time.
The ravens are ubiquitous here. They seem to do well in these lands of death. Plenty of carrion for them to feast on.
I'll pay my respects to the dead then whenever I have the chance.
Yeah, there's a lot of crows here, or ravens here.
The ravens are lucky, I've been told, to treat them well and respect them.
Lucky? Oh. I've heard the exact opposite.
Same.
Probably think of crows.
Crows, raven, the same thing. Really.
Crow sounds horrible. Just terrible. I think ravens may be better.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Well,
Ismark
doors
remarks
open.
that this trip has been going surprisingly well, that Strahd's agents haven't descended upon you yet. Perhaps he should have made this move a long time ago.
Yes, well,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Ishmael. I don't like your timing of saying these things right before I go through this big ass gate. But yeah, it seems all right so far.
come on. What's the worst that could happen?
On the other side of the gate is more imposing woods, which the road leads you through.
Wonderful.
When the doors inevitably slam shut behind you, which you come to expect once you put some distance. Apparently all the doors in Barovia are automated, which is nice. You are kind of momentarily overtaken with this feeling of like you left something undone. Like there's something eating at your mind that you've forgotten about. And it's only there for a minute and you can't place what it is.
As we're traveling on this hours long trip, and we go through the gates, I'm gonna go ahead and say, guys, are we forgetting some?
Yeah, did
We
I
have-
leave my furnace on?
Wait, we have the people with us. We're escorting, right? No, they're here.
They're here.
Yeah,
Everybody's here.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're all here. I didn't forget any of y'all. Did I forget me? No, I'm here. What am I forgetting?
Did I
I would
forget to
hope
polish
so.
my blade? No,
No.
my blade is
We didn't exactly do the correct rites for Ismark's dad.
No.
Maybe
No.
was that it?
No. We didn't care about that. I got it. My job was to get him to the place and they get buried. They buried him. He's fine.
Everyone make a perception check at disadvantage. Too close for comfort, wolf howl, and you can see, like in the mists ahead of you, some eyes.
Guys, I think I remember what it was. I forgot about the wolves.
Forget about the wolf. They are low to the ground, and they very much strike you as wolf eyes, but it's only a single pair, and it's definitely not what howled a moment ago.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we forgot, guys. Because do you see those eyes? Also, I don't think that one howled. And knowing wolves, there's probably like more.
There are more wolf howls on the other side of the road, and you have a very strong sense that you're being hunted.
There's one thing to fear: a lone wolf, because somewhere his pack follows.
That sounds smarter than I would have thought. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my weapon and say, hey, so unless you have a way of like scaring off wolves, we might need to start doing something here.
Yeah, Zargal takes out his sword and shield just in case.
I take out my sword.
Ismark and Irina also.
I hop off Zergle's back, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna stand here.
Sorry, I have no way.
Excellent.
I have no way to communicate them. I'm not that much of a pet pal. So.
The eyes that were looking at you, dart off into the woods.
So those eyes ran into the woods.
But
That's
you still can hear things moving through the woods on either side of you.
Mm-hmm.
Hear occasional snarls and grunts, and then another single wolf. This time, much closer in plain view of all of you. Ahead of you, jumps out and snarls at the lot of you.
Okay.
He's by himself.
About how far away is he?
20 feet away.
All right, guys. So you want to start this because I think the longer we wait, the more likely they're just to attack us when we're not ready.
Yeah, if they're just going to attack us anyway, then
Sure, I haven't had meat in like a week.
There's snarling behind you now. This was the disadvantage perception. As another wolf comes up behind you in the road.
I'm between the two big beef boys. Nobody can kill me.
You see several gleaming eyes on either sides begin to make their way out of the misty woods, and you're being assailed by wolves. The first one to act is the wolf at the back, who is going to lunge forward and bite at Ismark. So Ismark takes some getting bite damage. Caden, you're next.
I circle around to the right of Ismark and do a little twirl with my... There's a lot of them. I circle around Ismark
You're in danger.
and do a little twirl with my sword and swing at the wolf. So
These are the wolves that you can see. There are several more like peering eyes in the great sword on a wolf for 8 slashing damage. 15 will very easily hit and not kill, but pretty much dispatch this.
Try and do these humanely, if you would. Thank you. That is my...
Word and bites at Arena. I'm picking on my NPCs.
I'm trying to remember, guys.
But it misses. Too much commotion in the middle there, I'm supposing. Zergel, you're accosted. It is a 19 to hit.
that hits barely.
For 8 damage and make a strength save.
8. Oh my god.
You're fine.
And then a 17.
Do you guys remember last week when Wolf said he wanted to? He wished he had a chance to fight. I blame him for this specifically.
No,
this
that
one
was
is
Crow.
going for Q. It seems like they've got you guys outnumbered 2-1. So they're all picking at one of you to take home.
Man, I'm not good at math, so I don't know how many. It could be infinite, guys.
This is an attack on Q. 13 to hit.
13 is a miss.
That's more like it.
It's too tough.
Irina is up. She is going to brandish a rapier and try and stab this thing. It does terribly. Mata.
All right. Let's just try to Sacred Flame injured friend right over here. I don't have much. Oh my god.
See if these incredibly dexterous wolves are good at making dexterity saves. Got a natural 20.
Modest size. And gonna stay here, I think.
Zergel. You're
Yeah,
pretty hurt.
Zergo's gonna already use bonus action second wind,
Hey.
and I'm back at full.
Perfect.
And he's going to attack the one in front of him. One-handed.
Hey.
Hey. So that's 11 total damage.
Yep.
That dispatches the
dueling
wolf.
Yeah. And he's going to move around there. Try to get in front of Ash and Ram. Try to like make himself more like an overt target so that they don't attack her.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Very good. Ismark is going to, with his long sword and short sword, try and finish this wolf off. Long sword, it is a miss, and short sword, it is a hit, and he kills it. And then he is going to step to defend Irina, and also cry out in terror. Irina, he is a lot more afraid than Irina is. Irina is like, well, we're going to kill wolves now. This wolf, 600, a 19 to hit for 7 damage.
Oh my god. Stop getting 19s on me. God damn it, I have 18 AC.
Please roll a strength check. Or a save.
21. 21.
He's got advantage now. He critically hits.
No! I'm probably down.
Yeah, you take 15 points of damage.
Might be dead. You alright?
No, I have 12. So that
picking-
was 2 off from instantly killing me. Holy crap.
That's why I was like, this is early levels,
I'm
guys.
picking on the guy with the high AC. He pins you down, knocks you prone, and those two wolves are beginning to drag you off into the woods. But Ash and Ram can save the day, right?
Oh, Circle, no. I'm gonna use because I have to Tides of Chaos and try to get advantage on this roll, and then I'm gonna hit this one, or actually it doesn't matter because he's down. I'll hit the one at the top with Chaos Bolt. Double 23s.
Nice.
Great. 11 damage. The first one is 6, so it'll be
You get to
poison
choose.
damage.
You get to choose
I just
between
do
the
it.
2d6s.
I do the random first one. I already wrote it in the thing. Yeah, so it's poison damage. 11. And then, do I need to roll on the wild magic table?
Sure do. We're doing that every time. Well, no, you don't need to roll on the table yet.
No,
you
it's
need to
not your
roll a
first
d20
time.
first. It's only on a 1. You're fine. Now, if you want to recover your Tides of Chaos,
I think Tides of Chaos, I do it every time now.
Yeah.
Once you do so, you must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again. Anytime you regain the use of this feature, the DM can have you roll, blah, blah.
yeah, no, say after you have rolled cast a sorcerer spell, the first level or higher, you can roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately and regain the use of the feature.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So if you want to do that, you can elect to do so.
I'm going to elect to do so.
Oh boy.
Because why not?
This is how the world ends.
And probably immediate fireball. Well, I tried, guys.
You have that table handy, right?
Wild magic table. Hold on.
You're the only one that needs it.
I know. I should have had it. My bad. Wild magic table 5e. Here we go. I don't know if this is the new one or not, but we'll see.
Going to D&D Beyond.
Up to 3 creatures.
Up to 3 creatures you choose within 30 feet of you take 40d10 lightning damage.
Oh,
You actually got a good one! You got a good one!
I didn't think good ones existed.
It's useful sometimes.
Oh my god, I just gotta save us! You guys see these like white and gold like vine energy kind of crawl about her eyes and horns and then into her hands. She casts the chaos bolt and then the residual energy is still there, so it just starts branching off and smacking other wolves.
Right.
You said 3?
4d10.
3
It's
of the
4.
wolves take 4d10.
Yeah, roll 40.
Oh yeah!
Roll 40-10 first. Oh my god. All right, so choose 3 wolves and end their lives.
I'll just choose the closest ones to me. So I'll choose this one and this one up here and this one down here.
Right, those wolves just burn to crisps.
And then I blink a couple times and I look up at Koo and I'm like, that was pretty nice, huh?
Koo, your turn?
I'm gonna go ahead and just be angry and rage, and then hit the one next to me and see what happens. For 15 for 7 damage.
15 hits, 7 damage is violent.
All right, cool. And then I'll go ahead and move up here and be done.
Okay. This one hasn't really gotten into the fight yet, so it doesn't know that, you guys are literal powers of gods upon you. He is going to attack Caden and try and drag him away. 17 to hit.
Just barely.
For 9 damage. And make a strength save. Oh, it is tugging at your heels, trying to pull you into the woods. You see one of the wolves disappear. It just kind of fades back into the mist and nopes on out of the fight. Aiden, you're up.
That hurt bad. I don't like this one. I'm going to swing at the ones that was nipping at my heels and hurt me very badly. 12 for 9 slashing.
12 misses.
Some assistance, please. Thank you. That is my turn.
Okay, so this wolf is going to bite at Ismark. It misses him. This wolf that Ku raged on is going to disengage. It withdraws.
Coward.
Irina's up. She skewers a wolf. You're watching Irina fight, and she is very Ismark and Irina are both like agility fighters. Ismark is dual wielding. Irina's got a rapier, and she's kind of dancing about. But they're both much more impressive fighters than you originally expected, especially Irina. Mata, you're up.
I can't do anything super useful with my action anyway. Let's just walk over and cure wounds.
Sergio, get up.
Are you a grave cleric?
I am a glaive cleric. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
so then he heals max. Oh, you roll max anyway?
Yeah.
Well,
Take your 11 hit point.
How does that ability work?
Grave clerics heal max whenever someone is unconscious. Like live clerics heal max whenever they heal if someone's awake.
So yeah, if I'm down.
Yep, and now it's Zergel's turn.
All right. Zergel's going to use half his movement to get up.
Zergel, you should have seen it. I murdered four of them.
You come to and everyone is just in awe and terror of Ashenram, and you're just like, what? The moment you take your eyes off of her.
What? Oh, I'll take your word for it, kid. And move 5, 10, and attack that wolf.
You done it.
And yeah, he skewers it right through the throat.
Gross.
End turn.
Yeah, Ismark moves to finish that wolf off. Good hits. GG. He dispatches that wolf. No, he doesn't. The wolf's got a hit point left, which it uses to disengage. And that's all the wolves. You solved my wolf puzzle.
Is that last wolf less than 60 feet away?
You lose them. The fog blocks vision, and the woods block vision. So you're.
Dang. Okay, well,
Disengaged.
I'll just
he
start
disengaged.
Unless you have something.
dragging the wolves together by their haunches. Okay, so someone needs to hoist one of these guys up into a tree, and we need to exsanguinate them before the meat gets bad.
I think. Do we have time?
Well, I don't know. It's late. Did you not want to camp yet?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Not super.
I want to try to make it to this place still. I don't want to camp in the woods next to this guy's house.
Okay. She just kind of kicks the corpses over to the side.
Yeah.
I just rip some old cloth that I have from back in the day and start making bandages for my wound.
By the way, Ash now has very little sort of carvings at the base of her horns. They look like they're intricate and like some sort of symbols as they start to wrap around, but they don't go all the way to the end. They barely go up an inch away from her skull. She doesn't really notice them, but they're definitely different looking than when before.
I go up to shake Ismark's hand. I'm just like, well, you seem to handle yourself in a fight. I'm surprised that you even need it.
Yeah, Ismark's yeah, what this? You has a great power.
One can say you also. I'm surprised. Really, the both of you are amazing fighters. Where did you learn your? Never mind. That's not for me to know. If you all are ready, we can head out again.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, so let's get going. As much as I want to take trophies, I don't think we have time.
Let's
Yes.
keep moving. I'm sure this won't be the last time.
I expect we have half a day's journey left. Crew, where are we at on this map?
I'm lost.
I'm not one for.
I think back with my wandering ability of back. Let's see. I'm looking in my mind's eye, and I need to move my mind's eye a little further across. Yeah, it looks like we just passed the gate.
Yeah, you
So it
guys
looks like
are
How much
just.
XP did we get from
You
that?
guys are in this little wood section on the gate right now.
I think that'll be calculated at the end because I feel like there may be more encounters.
If we just passed the gates and we're here, I expect it should be half a day's journey left to Valakai.
I think we're halfway there, so I think
You're
that
already
sounds
halfway
right.
there, and it should only take half.
Yeah. Circle is going to be keeping a constant eye out for anything.
You make it to
So-
not a major crossroads. The road continues north, but there is like a path to the west, and you can see at the end of the path, peeking out of the mist is a still windmill. Ismark remarks that he knows nothing about it. In fact, this is the farthest west he's ever traveled.
We might as well investigate it. It could.
Why?
If we do need a place to rest, and I look at my open wounds and Zergle's still open wounds, this might be a defendable position. I'm sorry that you didn't take any. You didn't have any trouble in that battle, but some of us did.
It's a risk. How do you? I asked the other people. Well, what do y'all think? Do y'all think we need a rest?
Irina has no strong opinions either way. Ismark votes very strongly to carry on moving because he wants to get Irina inside Valakai as quickly as possible.
I'm not saying let's take a rest. I'm just saying let's investigate this place.
Yeah.
In case we do need.
So wait, if you don't think we should take a rest, then there's no need to even investigate.
I didn't say we shouldn't take a rest. Maybe there's something in here that we might need. Maybe we should take a rest after maybe we'll decide to take a rest if we go in here. There's possibilities that we
maybe there'll be 30 wolves in there,
It's
If there are 30 wolves in there, they'll come out anyways after they smell the blood on my clothing and Zergo's clothing.
More reason.
Well, if they're coming anyway, then we should
All
go
the
very
more-
fast now and keep going.
Exactly. I agree completely. Let's completely ignore this windmill. I will let you look at it though if you want. We're just going to be over there. I say as we continue over there.
Seems like there is a reasonable consensus to move on.
Yes, we'll move on. It was only a suggestion, not to.
Suggested, noted, and we're continuing on.
The path at this point is, once you pass that gate, began gently sloping down, and now you're coming along a ridgeline that puts the woods on your left-hand side. You hear watery sounds happening north. See, jutting out through the woods, this vast lake, which is being fed by streams coming down from the mountains, which is surprisingly clear considering the mist. You can see just all the way to the other side of the lake. You make it Valakai.
We've done it yet again.
We didn't die.
You don't know. I mean, I don't know how hostile this town is yet.
Yeah, now you're at Valakai. Roll initiative. The road meanders into a valley, which is watched over by these brooding mountains. South, way off in the distance, and to the north on the other side of the lake. The woods recede a little bit here, revealing a kind of mountain village, which is completely surrounded by a wooden palisade. The fog is pressing against the wall, trying to find a way inside. The road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures just inside. And on the ground, flanking the road outside the gate, are a dozen pikes, 6 on either side, with wolves' heads impaled on them.
Well, it looks like we won't have to worry about wolves for a while.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe the wolves are inside. Think about it. Think about it. You're
Yes,
thinking about it?
maybe it's a trap.
There you go. He thinks it's a trap. All right, so we're just gonna approach the gate because
The gate is closed, and there are big, heavy chains and padlocks that appear to be disengaged, but could be quickly locked up from the inside if need be. And there are 2 gate guards just inside, and above you, you can see that there are more people posted inside the wall near the tops. I'll say so. There's some kind of a landing up there.
okay.
Try and hail the guard. Hello there. It's a fine day, is it not?
Don't think I've heard of such a thing, but what can I do for you in Valaki?
We would like entrance to this village, please. Or town. Establishment.
Kind of business do you have here, strangers?
We're escorting some people into the town.
Yes, we have. We're escorting these 2 fine people.
Because the woods are
and
dark and full of
Irina.
terror.
And what is their business then? And Ismark, at this point, steps forward and says, I am Ismark Kolyovich, the Burgomeister of Barovia. Oh, well, that seems rather important then. By all means, please come in and keep the peace about you. And they open the gates and let you in. You solved my Welcome to Valakai puzzle.
There you go. We've done it again. So I'm gonna ask Ismark here. So we got you to the village, right? But like, did you want to go to a certain place in the village, or are y'all just gonna live on the streets in this village?
I will speak to their Burgomeister while you secure us some lodgings. But
Okay.
as far as I am concerned, your duties to me are paid. Carry on about you. We have more business to attend to. Seems like with your power, you could even, and he starts to get a really low voice and says, powers that you've shown, you might stand a chance against the demon Strahd.
I look at my 2 currently bleeding party mates and I say, yeah.
Zirkle's just missing 1 hit point because Amada.
He's Ashen Ram is sniffing the door.
I turn
Do you
around.
think this is birchwood?
Don't eat it.
You know,
I turn around and look at myself, and I whisper to Ku, I saw this sword once and then almost died. Is he all right?
You can tell he's very much interested in Ashen Ram.
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and look at Irina. Where the hell would I get you lodging at?
Ask the locals. Might be an inn. We had an inn.
Excuse me, guards. Do you know if there's a place I can get a fishing rod? I did see a lake nearby. And
Make a charisma check, please.
He's about to be banished.
Do
Oh God.
persuasion if you'd rather.
Okay, I'd rather do persuasion. Thank you very much.
Just to your left over there, you can speak to Gunther Erisek. He runs a stockyard and has much gear for sale.
Oh, wonderful. Zergle, did you hear that? There's gear for sale. You might be able to replace that blade of yours and buy some decent armor. Same as you, Ku.
Yeah, you see him not wearing armor. He's like, I'm fine. Where would you have a place where I could spend the night? Right? I asked the guard.
You don't have any friends in town?
I look around at my party members and I say, I don't know yet. I just don't know.
We're new to the area. Sorry. Is there an inn or tavern we can?
Or nice barn.
Yeah, center of town, right-hand side of the road. Should be able to find the Blue Water Inn.
Thank you very much. What time
Sounds
is
good.
it, by the way?
Late afternoon. It only took you half the day to get here. Probably hungry because you didn't break for lunch or anything.
Yeah. Let's
Didn't
go
break
get food, and then we can go
Ismark
fishing.
inquires about where the burgomaster lives, and he gives him directions. It's bigger houses on the southern ends of town. once you kind of like set foot into town, you can notice that it is a lot. There are people here compared to the village of Barovia, where it was like a ghost town where every time anybody saw you, they turned foot and left. This place is somewhat busier, where there are people out, there are people doing business and things. But all of the main thoroughfare has like lantern posts up in occasionally, which seems regular, but they're all covered in like garlands and flower wreaths that have long since dried up and like started decaying. There are several that have like 4 or 5 wreaths up, like they never took the old ones down, they just kept putting more up there. And you see like paper garlands strung out along building doors that are all mismatching colors. Doesn't seem like there's any kind of general theme or more motif going on. It just looks like that everybody has put out all of their party supplies and just left them out there for weeks.
Ashenram tugs on Meta's coat. She's like, "This place smells like compost."
Very pleasant, isn't it?
I've smelled worse.
No.
It was a joke, darling.
He said middle of town, right answer.
Blue water in.
Blue water. Nope, that's not blue water. I'm just searching, like going from almost house to house on the right hand side, like blue water in.
I'm just gonna search, but just look for big signs.
So this is the red house here is the stockyard where he told you could buy supplies and things. And you can see behind it, there's this big, like warehouse buildings. It's mostly an empty lot. Once you get to this crossroads here, this little Y junction, the main road keeps going on, but the smaller road leads to and points to a town square, fountain down here. And it seems like that's where like the densest kind of businesses are. And the main road keeps going toward the center of it.
Yeah, we're not. I don't plan on departing from this main road until I find out where the hell this Blue Water Inn is, because I need food. I'm hungry.
There we go.
Ooh, I go there and I get food. I'm hungry.
Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden house with a stone foundation, sagging tile roof on which several ravens have perched. Painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
I think this is the waterfall inn, actually. It might be the wrong place.
Well, an engine in, I don't care.
I go up to the bar and I just ask the barmaid, "Hello, is this the Blue Water Inn?"
Inside, it is comfy and cozy. The barmaid is a dude. Your damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs, with narrow paths meandering between them. The bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs the entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in dull orange light, cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques.
I knock on the bar. "Hey, I asked a question."
Hello. There's a couple of folks in here that, aren't paying you too much mind. And
"Is this the Blue Water Inn or not?"
the guy behind the counter, yes, you've reached the Blue Water Inn. What can I do for you, young lady?
"Nothing." And I turn around and I go back to the party. "It is the Blue Water Inn. Are we staying here?"
I guess so.
Depends on the prices.
So let's find out. I'm gonna walk over to the barkeep. Is the only staff-looking person around, right?
You see that there is, when you give it, like some actual inspection, there's definitely at least 2 people, because the guy behind the bar steps into what is like a kitchen or a backroom area and speaks to someone occasionally. And when he comes back, there are 2 younger kids, like around 10 years old or so, that come back with him and start running around the bar, basically playing with each other. Hey, Ram, you found kids.
You've done it.
Young one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ask him. Pardon me, sir. What are the rates for an evening?
Want to stay here?
Yes. Well, probably.
I can give you a bed for. He does some quick math and calculations in his head. He says for Electrum.
Wow. Never heard Electrum
All right,
be
all right,
asked
all right.
for
I
community.
need you to tell me how much Electrum is, because like he's not wrong.
That's
It's
what
like
he's-
Canadian dollar. It's
He's
just not
doing
real.
some math in his head.
Wait, did you just...
What?
You have made an enemy of all of Canada.
All of Canada is welcome to come.
That's fine.
We have polar bears. We will you up.
I also have polar bear, so you can take your Canadian haughtiness and stuff it. I'm farther north than you are. Come at me, bro.
It's true. He is farther north.
But he says, yes, bed is Electrum piece comes with food. Unless you
Well,
want,
that's lovely.
unless you want meat another Electrum.
I see. We do have quite a few number of people looking to stay the night here. Any possibility of a group discount?
I have a group room. You can fit 4. I give you whole room for 2 Electrum.
Do you have any potted plants in the bedrooms?
Let me go look up what an electrum is worth.
Nobody uses Electrum.
Also, can you take gold like a normal person and just call it Electrum?
Can't wait for you guys to discover how completely
Oh, no, it's-
ruined the economy is here.
Oh no. The Electrum. If I remember correctly, Electrum's like really fucking cheap.
Electrum is
But I
like
just-
5
Electrum
gold.
is half a gold piece.
Is it?
It is 5 silver.
Oh, so yeah, that's half a gold. So we pay 1 gold and we get 2 rooms.
You solved
And
my
I said-
accounting puzzle.
How about I bring you down the entire room? 1 gold piece.
He
Deal.
already offered us the
Yeah,
entire
but-
1 gold
yeah.
piece. That's what 2 electrum is.
I don't have any
Oh
electrum.
boy, we are not the smartest tool in the shed, are we?
Yeah,
I don't even know if we're a tool in this shit.
Zergle sort of pushes Kate into the side and say, yeah, 2 rooms for 1 gold, that's 2 Electrum.
No, is 1
No.
room has 4 beds.
Yes,
No,
and there are currently 7 of us.
You need more rooms, I think.
there are 7
Yes.
of us?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Me,
we're not-
you,
This is fall-
Mata,
This is all
Ash,
falling apart,
you.
guys.
No, we're not.
Can
We're
we
not.
just get 2 rooms?
We're
Please?
not. We're not rooming with Ismark and Irene.
I'd like to roll a sleight of hand to steal coin from the doofy new paladin dude that we just picked up.
2 coins. Look, I have only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beds in total. I have them in 3 rooms. 1 room with 4 beds, 2 rooms with 2 beds. How you do this?
There's 7 of us. And Ashen Ram doesn't even sleep in a bed. I think we're fine with 2 rooms.
You want 2 rooms with
That's
2?
why I asked if there were any potted plants in the room.
No,
Hey.
rooms are clean.
Damn it! I just got
So-
kicking barstool.
Did she actually say damn it, or...
Yes!
Zergle goes after her and says, watch your mouth, young lady.
Yeah, I wanna go back to.
I'm an adult!
I'm turning around, talk to
That's
the
what all
group.
children say.
Guys, do we really? Didn't they say they'd find their own lodging?
Yeah, but for now, might as well stay with them. They seem competent. Strahd finds us. I can just offer him. I can offer them him. Them. There you go.
Yes, but then one of us must room with them. So, and
I mean-
I don't want to room with the arguing couple, especially for nights. That sounds problematic.
Brother and sister. Disgusting.
Yeah,
animal.
Wait,
they're...
the brother and sister.
Yes.
Damn. This character's worse than Crow.
Noble. What did you think?
Noble thought a lot of things.
Let's just ignore that slip up.
Yeah, slip up.
No,
Get outta here.
Adam,
Damn.
that has to go in the final video.
This has to go in the final video. All of it. Derby.
So yes, I don't want to room with arguing family. Unless one of you want to, I'm not going. I'm not staying. So
Let's just do girls and boys, you big baby.
That sounds perfect, actually. You are an intelligent, nice.
No, I think you're just exceptionally stupid. Move! I'm so sick of being down here. This is a dumb conversation. I stomp upstairs.
Hey,
The room's not
Okay.
that way, but go outside. Room entrance is on outside, like motel. But you're gonna need 7 beds. That's all the rooms. So let me count on fingers. It will be 6 electron.
We're getting 2 rooms, and some assholes can sleep on the floor. I'm sick of this conversation. Give the man a couple gold and let's move on.
Hey, language, young lady.
I kick him in the shin.
You do realize if you're staying with me and Irina, I am not sleeping on the floor, and we are not making our paying client sleep on the floor. So it's
You
gonna
guys
be
share a
you.
bed. What's the big deal?
My job's done, guys.
We are not as short as you are.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna sleep on this table in a few minutes. Like, this is fine.